Hi, I'm Grimm from the Grimm Workshop, and welcome to my channel. This is probably going to be one of my first videos, and it is going to be of me making my Dollsona. Now, every customizer needs a Dollsona, and I really wanted to make one in my unique style, so we're going to get into how I did that. Also, this doll is a character in a book as well, so I'm really excited to show you guys. Without further ado, let's hop into it.
First, for the design, I obviously went with what I look like for reference. The look I decided on was a short, curly brown-haired bob paired with the blue eyes and tan skin, and I also added the watermarks underneath to show that they're a water druid, or at least they were. One aspect I wanted to focus on was the eyes, giving them the uncanny valley effect like in a lot of my art. So I played around with it and eventually came to the conclusion of white pupils, which has actually become a trademark of my art, so that's cool. As for the outfit, I wanted something really cute and homey, so I put her in a simple white dress plus a leaf apron that I love. Her feet? Yeah, no, she's going barefoot. What do I look like, a goddamn sociopath who makes shoes? That's really funny. Absolutely not. We're starting with a fully rerouted head, because for some reason I forgot to record it. I'm applying a generous layer of Fabritac into the head, and please make sure to do this as well. It's really, really important. Also, just to make sure that you get all the plugs, make sure to stir it around with something like a stick or the back of a paintbrush. Yoink. Now I'm just going to impale her on the back of a paintbrush. Gorgeous. Give her a rinse down with boiling water to flatten the hair. And now that we're done, we're going to pin her hair back using sewing pins and a microfiber cloth and begin spraying. She looks pretty good. Of course, we're going to use Mr. Super Clear. Make sure to spray in a ventilated area and do 2 starting layers. After she dries for a full hour, I get to work. We're starting out with the eye shape. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a massive perfectionist, so I tied a rope to either ear to create a perfectly straight line, and then I marked where the eyes were. I'm going for a classic upturn shape like my own. Then we're just doing some basic body and face blushing with some pink around the cheeks and some brown around the darker areas of the face where hair would be covering or where there would be contour. Now I'm going in with the acrylics and we can let the time lapse run. For the lips, I wanted to do a healthy combination of pastels and micro glitter, but it ended up being a lot more micro glitter. But hey, I still think she looks fantastic. Anyways, while the time lapse was running, I wanted to go over the features for Mini-Me in this universe, as well as what it means to her character. In the Grimmverse, as I like to call it, they are a changeling. These are very, very rare, and I wanted her to reflect that. I looked over a lot of different design mechanics, and I finally decided on pupil shape as a defining factor for each species. It's easy to tell, it's the part of the face that we most look at, and it'll make them very easily definable, as well as give them very strong traits. It'll also help show the character of each different species, and contributes to their history in the world, and all that good stuff. For changelings, after some experimenting, I finally landed on white round pupils. Humans have black round pupils, and every single variety of fae has some sort of white pupil. Therefore, it's a half and half combination from each of their parentage species, one being a fae and one being human. Changelings are the only type of fae with round pupils. It's a callback to their human counterparts. It's also a reflection of me in the real world, which I really wanted to include. I have gray eyes, which many have considered very unsettling in the past, and this is kind of a way of reclaiming that weirdness as my own and making it cutesy. As for the character herself, she also has a lot of softer features, and I tried to make her more human-like than the other fae I typically draw, including more tan skin and round cheeks. But I did also want that wild side showing and the cottagecore-ness, so I made their hair wild and curly. I flattened out the feet to give them a more homey look. Note, I did this off camera because I do not have the fucking time nor patience. I also made her outfits really homey and cute and definitely have a handmade look to them, I think. It really helps add to this Hermit in the Woods type vibe that I was going for. A cottagecore Hermit in the Woods, to be clear. But still, Overall, I think I did good on her for sure, but these are the features that I was aiming for. She's supposed to look definitely a little bit weird, but still overall cutesy and homey. Magical, one might say. But yeah, honestly, overall, I think I did actually a pretty good job on it. Now, back to the painting. I'm gonna scream. Yeah, with doll customizing, there's gonna be a couple bumps in the road, including you wiping off half of your doll's eyeball, and then having to fix it. It's literal torture, but you know what? It's worth it. Just going in with my smallest brush to fix it and get that pupil back, and we should be good to go.
I do have a confession to make. Have you ever gotten so angry that you just did everything off camera? Yes, well, that's what I did. Ta-da!
Yeah, that sounds like me. Anyways, we're just going in with the eye shines in the final layer here, and the face up is done. I feel accomplished. Now I'm just going to be sealing off the eyes and the lips. I'm going to be going in with a Duraclear matte varnish and a gel gloss for the eyes. While the eyes are setting, let's fix up that nasty looking, very pale hand of hers. And away we go. So I have a confession to make, and that's that I'm very bad at color matching, so this took a very, very long time to get just right. But after a couple of layers, I managed to do it. Make sure you get a toothpick to just clean out the ends of the fingertips, because acrylics tend to layer very, very thick. At least on a surface as delicate as this. Yes, I'm also letting it dry in a little paint bottle. I don't have anything else. After I paint on the designated air tattoo for that hand, I'm going on the other one and painting in the fire tattoo. Make sure to seal with matte clear varnish, and you should be good to go. You can't forget the tattoos for the feet as well. Even though I ended up flattening these. It's fine, I'm fine. And the face up is done. So here she is. Marin Morningstar, my Dollsona. I'm honestly super happy with how she turned out. I am honestly thrilled. This is such a massive passion of mine, and I love making these dolls, and I love attaching them to this story. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.